Let me say something that might make you a little bit angry. If you've been suffering with IBS, diarrhea, Crohn's, colitis problems, and you've been trying everything, cutting out foods, probiotics, going to the medical doctor, trying biologics, you've probably been working on the wrong problem, the wrong root cause. You see, you probably don't have a gut problem. What happened first is you had an energy problem or an energy deficiency. Let's face it, if your gut was actually the problem and you've tried all the things that you've tried, you'd be good by now, wouldn't you? But those things didn't work. And this is why you see new names of the biologics come out all the time, from Entyvio to Remicade to Humira. They constantly have new names for these drugs. Most of them just don't work. By the way, if you're taking any of these medicines, by no means am I telling you to stop taking them. I'm not an MD. I'm not your doctor most likely. I'm not telling you to tamper with any of that stuff. But since these drugs didn't work for many people, or even if you didn't even try drugs and you're suffering with IBS or diarrhea and never gone to the medical doctor, but you've tried eliminating certain foods, you've tried the carnivore diet, the keto diet, the FODMAP diet, nothing's working? Why? So either your body is broken or maybe the model is. Hey there, I'm Dr. Christine, known as the Digestion Doc, enzyme formulator. I have my own supplement line, but this is what I want to talk to you about. I've worked with thousands of patients all over the world, and here's the thing. Whether they have Crohn's, colitis, IBS, we're looking at the same thing, which is they're not getting energy from their food. And specifically, there are 3 nutrients you need to get energy from in order to fuel your body. And those are carbs, proteins, and fats. Guess what? You don't get any energy from vitamins or minerals. 0. Yes, they're important, but you do not derive energy from vitamins and minerals. So patients come to me frustrated, avoiding foods, not sure what to eat, afraid to leave their house, knowing where all the bathrooms are along their route. They've been told you're just gonna have to live with this. You're just gonna have to live with this. Take these medicines for the rest of your life. You're gonna have to live with this. And by the way, eat whatever you want. What? What? They say, you can eat whatever you want. This problem that you have, Crohn's, IBS, whatever, it has nothing to do with your diet. This is 2026 and medical doctors are still saying that. You see, IBS is not random. It's not your body attacking you. What's happening is you don't have enough energy because you're not digesting your food well. Food is important to digest. Facts. What you are eating to fuel your body, important to fuel the body. Facts. It's not about your body attacking you, and most often it's not even about your microbiome. IBS is what happens when you're not properly breaking down your food, specifically your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. Your body runs on something called the Energy Cascade, and the body gets fuel in this specific order. Think of these 3 nutrients as gas tanks. Carb comes first, carbs, fruits, veggies, oatmeal, sourdough bread. Who doesn't love sourdough bread, right? Then you've got the middle guy, which is the king, and that's proteins. And then you get fuel next from your fats. Think of this order in the area of the body that it hits first. So carbohydrates first start getting digested in your mouth, proteins get digested further in your stomach, and then fats start really getting digested in your intestines. So carbs give you energy in as soon as 15 minutes. We need carbs. We are in such a weird time that people are making you afraid of eating fruit because guess what? It has fructose. This is the silliness that we're dealing with. The energy cascade goes in that order. Carbs, proteins, fats. Remember, carbs get digested first, then proteins, then fats. That's the sequence. And when you have that energy cascade working in order, when all those tanks are nice and full, you're gonna get good energy, you're gonna get good function, you're gonna have fewer symptoms. When you eat, your body is supposed to break down carbs, have proper stomach acid to break down proteins, and then have good bile flow to break down your fats and turn those nutrients into usable energy. Think of marbles as foods that have not been properly broken down, and think of pinpricks as tiny little specks of food. Great. Now that's properly broken down, usable energy that could easily get inside the cell and supply the cell with energy, because that's what digestion really, really is. Energy in, proper waste out. But if you don't break down your food properly, for example, carbohydrates, now those marbles instead of pinpricks, they're gonna sit there, they're gonna ferment, they're gonna rot, they're gonna create gas, bloating, a lot of stomach gurgling, and a lot of discomfort. What if you don't digest protein? That's the master healing nutrient. Now you're gonna get inflammation, toxicity, not gonna heal and recover well. Not to mention proteins are going to cause cold hands and cold feet, runny nose all the time, runny eyes. Those are signs of protein weaknesses. And then when we have fats, just think about losing your hair, skin issues, acne issues, a lot of different irritability issues. Fats are so important for reproduction. Probably the one thing that surprised me the most about being a doctor is just how many women have had miscarriages. That has everything to do with not being able to digest fats properly. If you don't have enough energy to support your own body, your body is definitely not going to have enough energy to support a little one or a fetus. So when fats are not properly getting broken down, they're just going to sit there and create that heaviness. You're going to have all kinds of mood swings. Hot flashes are going to come from protein and fat imbalances. Those 2 nutrients, protein and fat, do make your hormones. So imagine if you're not eating enough of them and or you're not digesting them well. That, my friends, that right there is why you have IBS. You have these different things going on that are stressing your gut. And when you have stress, your digestion slows. So you have emotional stress, physical structural stress, chemical, environmental, nutritional stress. You have all these choices. You are inundated with all these influencers out there telling you to drink a whole liter of water all at once. Let's get things real back to basic. Your symptoms are not the problem. They're warning signs. They're signals. The question really becomes, are you listening? And this is really where things get sideways. You're hearing people say, take more supplements, fix your microbiome, eat more fiber, drink tons of water. Where do you even start? Maybe you've tried all these things. Take more probiotics. We need to focus on the very first thing. What is happening in the stomach? We need to focus on our diet, yes, but as far as physiology goes, what is happening in the stomach? Do you have enough stomach acid? We need stomach acid. And what's happening out there in society is people are taking antacids, proton pump inhibitors, left and right. This is scary because you need stomach acid to kick on a switch. 2 switches, in fact. First, digest protein. Stomach acid sitting at 2.0, amazing. Chef's kiss, because that's when you're going to start making pepsinogen, turning into pepsin, all these good things to help with protein digestion. And the switch that's also turned on by having good, proper stomach acid, mineral absorption. So when we block that, reverse it. We're not going to properly digest proteins now. And now we're going to have problems with mineral absorption. So think about zinc deficiencies, calcium deficiencies leading to osteoporosis, all by a simple common antacid. Let me ask you something. If you're not properly breaking down food, what's happening to it? What's happening to that undigested food? It's creating a problem. And pick a symptom. It's causing inflammation, it's causing sluggishness, it's causing putrefaction. Undigested food is a big, big problem. It really is a pandemic, and people aren't even focusing on it. You don't fix IBS by adding more things to a broken system. You fix IBS by restoring digestion first. You fix IBS by increasing the body's available energy. And if you understand about the energy cascade, which is carbs, proteins, and fats, if we just digested carbs, proteins, and fats better, less IBS, less fatigue, less heartburn, less nausea. Pick a symptom. Because when we have enough fuel to meet our demanding lives, we are less symptomatic. We are fortified. We have a tough defense. Think of it. If I have a helicopter and I'm flying around and I drop some carrot seeds onto the cement parking lot out here, good chance that those are not going to turn into carrots. So think of that parking lot, that concrete, like a strong immune system. But if you're weak, if you're stressed, if you're, running around, not eating well, not drinking water, dehydrated, eating tons of sugar, and I drop that seed, that carrot seed, and it lands on watered grass, in this instance, we're going to use that as a metaphor for a weak immune system, there's a good chance that that carrot seed dropped from the helicopter is going to turn into a carrot. What are the conditions like in your life? We need to be looking at that. We really, really do. As an enzyme formulator, this is why enzyme nutrition is not optional. It's foundational. Because of all the things, enzymes are what break down your food. They are the workers. No breakdown, no absorption, no energy, and no healing. And here's the part nobody tells you, not even your medical doctor with all those degrees hanging, and that is homeostasis, your body's natural healing rhythm, your body's inner doctor. It's driven by proteins. Proteins, proteins, proteins. We need them. And if you're not properly eating enough protein, and if you're not digesting the protein you are eating, now you're going to have deficient enzymes, deficient antibodies, deficient insulin, deficient thyroxine, deficient neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, all made by protein. So now you're just bloated. Now you're not feeling well. You're afraid to leave your house because you don't know where the bathrooms are. You don't want to go to parties because you don't want to have any issues at the party. You're less intimate with your significant other because it doesn't feel good down there. What do you do? Well, I can tell you this. Instead of asking which foods should I avoid, the better question is, what foods can I digest? My name's Dr. Christine, the Digestion Doc. If you want to get my newsletter, go to smartdigestion.com. Gen Xers, baby boomers, that's my jam. I've even named my fruit juices. After that, I have a cold pressed juice recipe guide, 101 of them, in fact, just by signing up at smartdigestion.com. That question changes everything. What can I digest? That's what I help people do in my office. If this is clicking for you, this is resonating with you, I've got something amazing. I've got that training for you. So go ahead and click on that, watch that training, and there's a button right below where you could set up working with me one-on-one at a very special price. I hope you'll take advantage of that because it's a really, really sweet offer. On that call, we're gonna hear what's going on. I'm gonna listen to you. What a concept. My superpower is my communication style. So I think you're going to find my office quite different. Just the other day, I had a patient tell me, "You're the first doctor I've talked to who didn't interrupt me and actually listened." I love that so much. That to me, that's what it's about. It's about communication. Too many doctors just don't do it. They expect you to know all these things on your own. And even if they give you information, they don't give you all the options, especially about nutrition and digestion. Like I said before, they tell you, eat whatever you want, has nothing to do with your IBS. That's nonsense, and I think you know it too. IBS is not a life sentence. It's a signal. And the signal is often that you are energy deficient. You're not properly digesting those carbs, those proteins, those fats, and or you may not be eating enough of any of those. Maybe you're eating enough protein, but maybe you're not eating enough carb and fat, or something of that sort. So in my office, when you find the breakdown, when you find the deficiency, when you find out what you're not properly digesting, the body can fill those tanks. Those fuel levels start to go up, and the body can now function the way it's intended, and the symptoms can go down. And when you fix the breakdown, your body can do what it's been desperately trying to do all along: return to balance. So if this made sense to you, if you dig this, if you want a little bit more information about me, go ahead and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That way you'll get my videos as I put them out. I'm very thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much for your attention. And as always, love yourself healthy.